Now, I'm once again going to try to do something just a little bit different with this video. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on just who and what I think Rey is, not a theory so much as just my own prediction, and then open up the comments to all of you to make predictions of your own. And after The Last Jedi finally comes out in a few months, I'm going to come back to this video and talk about most likely how wrong I was, but also see and highlight anyone's predictions in the comments that may have gotten it right. And before I even get into it, I know and fully expect that there are going to be plenty of people who greatly disagree with me and my reasoning here, and that's completely fine. And if you want to take to the comments afterwards and tell me how wrong I'll be, that's also fine. Just keep in mind, I'm telling you who and what I think Rey will be, not necessarily what I even want her to be. Also keep in mind, I'm more interested in reading who you think she'll be and why, not reading about why you think I'm wrong. First, I think there are really three main viable options here. She's either Luke's daughter, something completely new and different and unrelated to anybody we've met before, or she is the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. And to be honest, I've only recently really started to give any credence to the Obi-Wan granddaughter theory because of the upcoming Obi-Wan anthology movie, which could of course tell the story how one of Rey's parents came into being in the first place, even though I'm not sure it's even been officially confirmed by Lucasfilm to be in the works yet. Anyway, before I ever saw The Force Awakens for the first time, my money was on her father being Luke Skywalker. It seemed like the obvious choice. After all, Luke was the main character of the original trilogy, his father was the main character of the prequels, so of course Luke's daughter would be the main character of the sequel trilogy. Makes perfect sense, and that could still turn out to be the case, no doubt. However, one of my biggest problems with her being Luke's daughter is that it does seem like the obvious answer, so why make a mystery out of it? Why not just tell us in The Force Awakens, instead of waiting 2 years to confirm the obvious answer was the right one? I mean, I went into this new trilogy wanting her to be Luke's daughter, I truly did, but now I can't help but think I'm going to feel a little let down if that turns out to be the case. And I dare say I'm not the only one that feels that way. Not because we don't want her to be Luke's daughter or would be upset about it, but because now I'm expecting something else because, well, they made it a mystery. And I don't think you make it such a big mystery just to reveal she's the daughter of someone we already know, which is one of the reasons I think she's going to be, to put it bluntly, nobody. In other words, I don't think she comes from some great or important lineage, just like Anakin was once born to a simple slave woman on a desert planet and, for whatever reason, was picked by the Force. I think Rey was born to simple parents on Jakku and was also picked by the Force. I think the name of Episode 7, The Force Awakens, is a big clue to this. I mean, if she is a Skywalker, or from some other important lineage, why did the Force need to awaken in her? Shouldn't she have been strong with it all along? And some suggest maybe she has some type of mind block that suppresses her powers and memories. But who would put that on her? Luke? I mean, why would he mind block his daughter, and then drop her off on some desert planet where there was a really good chance she was going to die there? Did he want to win the award for worst father in the galaxy? And do Disney and Lucasfilm really want to make Luke look like some deadbeat dad, even if he did have an amazing reason for what he did? Most likely, I think Rey was just born on Jakku or dumped there by someone who truly didn't care about her that much. It's an easy and simple answer that doesn't require a great deal of explaining. Is it a great one? No, but again, it's easy and anybody can understand it. And also keep in mind, whoever left her behind left her in the care of Unkar Plutt, which to me implies they were already on Jakku and couldn't or wouldn't bring Rey with them when they left, thus making Unkar their best worst option. Or else it means somebody purposely chose the planet Jakku and then purposely chose Unkar Plutt. Again, of all places and all beings in the galaxy, why there, why with him? And if Luke did it, instead of leaving her with someone friendly he already knew on a more hospitable planet, well then he really does get my vote for worst father in the galaxy. And if you then say he had to leave her on Jakku, well, I'd then ask, did it have to be with Unkar Plutt? Again, couldn't he find someone better to leave her with? And along those same lines, if you think someone else may have dropped her off there, someone like Kylo Ren for example, we run into the same problem again. Why there and why with Unkar Plutt? And now, the only one I could possibly see doing this is DJ, the new character being played by Benicio del Toro. If there's a chance Rey's parents or a parent is going to be in this movie, I'd say it's him. However, I still don't think the odds of that are very high. I think he's instead going to have a totally different role in this movie, a small but crucial one. Anyway, as many of you will no doubt point out, there is a lot of evidence pointing to Rey being Luke's daughter, And how do I explain and dismiss all of that? I mean, Anakin's lightsaber did seem to call out to her, and it picked her over Kylo Ren, a known member of the Skywalker family, during their duel on Starkiller Base. We also have Maz Kanata telling Rey basically to seek out Luke. But here's the one simple fact I think a lot of people overlook and mistake for evidence of Luke being her father. Rey had to get to Luke in this movie, and in a natural feeling or believable way. In reality, getting these two characters together was the most important thing this movie needed to accomplish so that The Last Jedi could now be their story together. There had to be, and were, many things that drove Rey to actually want to find Luke. And sure, they could be interpreted as clues to Rey being a Skywalker, or they could be seen as what the storytellers did to make you not question the crazy string of events that actually got Rey from Jakku at the start of the movie to the first Jedi Temple at the end, where she's handing Luke his old lightsaber. And keep in mind, all this happened in just over 2 hours. However, for me, the most important lines in the movie about Rey's parents or origin were spoken by Maz Kanata, who told her the belonging she seeks is not behind her, but ahead. She also tells her that whoever she's waiting for on Jakku is never coming back. And that's when Rey mutters Luke, and for the first time, Rey begins to accept and realize she may have a destiny beyond Jakku and whoever left her behind. To me, and I know a lot of you will disagree, this was the movie trying to bluntly tell you that her parents are not important to the story, that who she was is not as important as who she will become. So if Rey is no one then, what do I think her role is, and why is she so powerful? I mean, she mind-tricked a stormtrooper, resisted Kylo Ren's mind probe, and then beat him in a duel, all without any conceivable training. Well, it's simple. Rey is supposed to save the Jedi. She was chosen by the Force to make sure the Jedi do not end with Luke Skywalker, that he is not the last Jedi. And as much as I would love for it to be far more complex than that, I don't think it will be. I certainly think the planet Jakku may have something to do with why she was chosen, and the fact that we have learned in Aftermath that there is a light side nexus at the center of the planet is evidence of that, but I'm not sure that's something the movies will touch on, and likely will be covered in a future novel or something along those lines. Then again, maybe we learn more about it in episode 9, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Okay, so there it is, my final answer. Rey is no one special, randomly chosen by the Force to save the Jedi and bring back Luke Skywalker in more ways than one, meaning back into the fight and back to the ideals of the Jedi. Again, it's not the most glamorous and intricate answer there is, but that's kind of the point. It's easy and straightforward enough for anyone who will watch this movie to understand. And now it's your turn to tell me who or what you think Rey will be. And I'm not so much asking for what you want her to be, otherwise this would have been a video about how I wanted Rey to be a creation of Palpatine's. But rather, tell me what you honestly think she'll be. So leave a comment below and let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.